On Tuesday, July 19th, I had packed all my bags and had taken the Van Nuys flyaway to LAX. I had gotten my boarding pass and hopped on the plane before realizing I couldn't do any more of the cool transitions I had planned. In fact, the storyboard I had made was pretty much useless at this point. I arrived at New York City at about 5:30 in the morning and hung out until 2 in the afternoon. By the way, if it has the word terminal in it, you don't want to be around too long. We stopped in Switzerland, where I got my brother the Toblerone I promised him, and then I got hungry. Then we landed in Ben Gurion Airport and immediately set forth to Haifa, Tel Aviv, and Jerusalem. Throughout the trip, I met all sorts of cool people, some of whom were even in the group I was traveling with. We even got to spend a couple days with some Israeli soldiers. We saw a lot of synagogues, churches, and other interesting sights on this religious pilgrimage, and we even went to both Western Walls. I knew God's presence was about when some pigeons flew by but did not attack me. We saw a mural depicting the origins of Tel Aviv and took a short tour of Independence Hall, where Israel officially became a state in 1948. To contribute to the community, we went to a park and built some benches from stone. I've got to say, I had a great time working with my hoe. We drove to the middle of the desert, where we rode camels and donkeys, met the Bedouins, and even got to sleep in the most authentic Bedouin tent I have ever been in, which was complete with fire detectors, running electricity, and a gift shop where I bought a shirt. Following that, we hiked Masada to watch the sun rise over the Dead Sea. That same day, we drove down to the Dead Sea, one of the lowest points and apparently hottest on the earth. And after slathering ourselves with the Dead Sea mud and diving in, we quickly learned that while you won't get burned by the sun, you will still feel a burning sensation. Thanks to the high salt content of the Dead Sea, I quickly became aware of all the scrapes and bruises and cuts I didn't even know I'd gotten. At one point while traveling through the Dan Forest, we even saw a replica of Winnie the Pooh's tree. I of course made sure to point out that the real one was deep in the 100-acre wood where Christopher Robin plays. On our last night in Israel, a bunch of us went to the Octopus Club. There, the trip that started out as a soap opera soon became a porno, and my judgment told me not to take any more pictures. Throughout the trip, there were a few things I found kind of interesting. First off, when it came to souvenirs, all the girls got jewelry and all the boys got drunk. A lot of people on the trip kept talking about how they felt like they had finally come home. Between the weather, the plants, the structures, the people, it felt like home to me too. In fact, I kept expecting to see the Santa Monica Pier somewhere. By the way, it never showed up. After saying our final goodbyes, while trying to make my transition back to Pacific Standard Time, I thought I'd make one last cool transition on my way home. Anyway, that's the trip in a nutshell. If I could only describe it in one word, I'd have to say Sababa. Anyway, this is Mark Needle with My Extraordinary Life, and I hope you all stay extraordinary.